ever needed an excuse to buy a home in this market, which I know things are a little crazy right now when you've got interest rates, you have tariffs, you have whoever's in office right now, you've got protests, you've got all these things happening in the world, but you're like, I don't know, it might be the right time for me to move. Well, look at this, 2.99%. On top of that, you're getting in a brand new community with this type of home starting in the mid $300,000 range. So this is something that you don't typically see. We're in a community as well, just north of Frisco. So you're only about 20 minutes to Frisco. You're about 15 minutes to Prosper, 10 minutes to Salina. And on top of that, you have about 10 minutes to get to Lake Ray Roberts and 10 minutes to get to Lake Lewisville. So if you love the lake life, the outdoors, all of that, then this is going to be a spot for you. And if you're looking for somewhere just to call home, either temporarily or that starter home, then look no further, because this is an amazing property. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, starting in the mid 300s, and you can get rates as low as 2.99%. You cannot get much less expensive than that for brand new construction in a community that is developing in the fastest growing area in all of North Texas. But before I take you inside this home, I'm actually want to take you over into this one right here, which starts at $315,000. So if you want to go a little bit lower on the budget, you can do that. $315,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,500 square feet, brand new construction, even a 2-car garage. And again, you're still close to absolutely everything that you need. You're not gonna wanna miss a single square foot, and stick around because I'm gonna take you on the map to show you everything that you have access to in this community. These deals are not lasting that long. These homes are selling very quickly because they are in very high demand. But, oh yeah, let's get you over to that one first. Let's go. All right, now we're gonna be walking through these pretty fast and furiously, all right? Because again, we're a little bit on the smaller side, but you know, I like that. I always kind of like the smaller homes, just something that feels nice and cozy. But before we get into all of that, oh, let me grab a cheat sheet here real quick. Excuse me, as I see right here, we can walk you through this a little bit. First of all, I want you to notice that we've got the ceramic wood floors. And whenever I say ceramic wood floors, they look like wood, but they're actually ceramic tiles. I kind of like this. I probably want to put this in the lake house. I'm more of a fan of this for waterfront properties or lake houses or things like that, but some people like these in their primary residence as well. Very durable, not going to get scratched up with the dogs or the kids or anything like that. Sealed up just for spills and everything else. And you get something like this that looks like the wood. It's kind of a cool look. I kind of prefer the wider planks personally, but these are the skinnier ones, the smaller ones. But they got a laundry room right up here. Not typically what you see with your normal floor plan, but your garage would be right here to the side. And I actually got this one finished out. So nice little 2-car garage off to the side. And again, this particular model on a 40-foot lot, starting at $315,000. Coat closet right up front. So it's really nice for the guests when you entertain, and then you're gonna walk into your living, dining, kitchen, open concept plan, which is nice. And again, this is something that is, I think, really great for $315,000. I mean, look at everything you're getting in here, at least on the base price. Now, of course, they've done a few things other than just the decorations, but most of this will be pretty much standard in here. So not a ton of upgrades. So you're gonna be able to stay pretty close to that price depending on what you want. But you can see here, nice living area, couch, couple of chairs, TV up on the wall, and a little dining room. You could even have a bigger table. So this one's a little small, just a 4-seater. But again, you might be starting out. This could be a simple family starter home for you. Maybe you're moving to the area. You want something just to get into, and then you want to explore. You know, this is the thing that I think people will take for granted is go ahead and buying something and then buying something later down the road if it's not going to be your forever home. So most of the time people will say, hey, I'd like to come in and rent first, or rent for a year and then get to know the area a little bit better and then buy something. And I'm thinking, why not just buy something now? Because this is pretty much almost like an apartment. I mean, these are, 1,498 square feet, so almost 1,500 square feet for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You could get an apartment and you're probably gonna pay pretty similar on mortgage and everything else. So if you buy this and you really wanna get to know the area, in 1 year, this area is going to appreciate pretty much. I can almost promise you on that. And if you don't believe that, then let me know in the comments. Prove me wrong if you don't think the real estate is going to go up in the North Dallas area. It's just, there's so much growth and opportunity around here that you pretty much have built-in depreciation by default, especially when you get in on these new construction communities in the beginning, because you're always gonna get your best deals when they're starting out, because they just wanna build and sell and get to the next one. And as they start to get less on lots, they'll start usually increasing prices, and then also other homes start selling. It drives up comps, and because all the growth is moving here to the North Dallas area, it's likely gonna go up. But if you turn around and sold this in a year, you're probably gonna get exactly what you put into it, and probably a little bit extra to pull out of it. And then you might be able to use that, even if it's $10, $20, or $30 or $40,000, to put that down on your next house could help out quite a bit. Now, that's not for everybody, and I'm not recommending that as a blanket statement, of course, because we always want to talk to you about your specific needs, what you're looking to do. But if it were me personally, I mean, I'm always gonna buy versus rent. And if I want to come in and I really want to get to know the area, and I don't want to just try to find my forever home and then move straight into it, although we have a lot of people do that as well. By the way, you notice 2 bedrooms. That's why I just walked you inside of though, with the split bathroom on there. And because this area is growing so fast through here. I mean, you just can't stop it. But look at this, quartz countertops, nice backsplash, shaker cabinets. They've got this painted gray, which is a nice contrast to what we see typically with the white, even the island you can see here, but really good size island. I mean, they've packed a lot in here. Typically homes in this price range around the $315,000 are pretty bare bones. Actually, we've done a couple that are even just under, like for $297, $295, right? You've seen, remember those? They're pretty basic. I would say this one's pretty nice for a $315,000 with just the cabinetry, the countertops, the floors, and of course the staging really helps out quite a bit as well. But again, we always encourage you to reach out. Like I said, our information is in the description box below. If you want to have a consultation, if you want to meet us on Zoom, which is our personal favorite, if you book a Zoom call, you'll get on with myself or Travis personally. And that's the really cool thing, is that we want to talk through your situation. But if I really was dead set on not trying to find my forever home, I'd be like, okay, well, let's get a little starter home like this, because this could also be turned into a rental. Now that depends on you and your capacity for having rentals or things like that. But this is a great home to be a rental home. Dual vanities, separate throne room, step-in shower, nice walk-in closet. I think everything is positioned real nice in here for this style of home. And so for me, this is new construction. It's nice. This area is gonna grow. The lots are gonna get less. I can see kind of like is that a horse farm in the back? Yeah, we're still in a little bit of the area with the horses and everything else. So because this hasn't developed out completely just yet. So there's a lot of opportunity, and as the growth moves up here towards North Dallas, then it's really a win-win situation. And I know right now, maybe on YouTube, you're seeing a lot of those market crash videos and all that scare tactics and things like that. But real estate is hyper local. And you look in this Frisco, Aubrey, Prosper, Salina area, it's going up, and it's gonna keep going up with so much development happening and so many cool things that they're building all around this area. You're gonna be in a good position. So, I mean, I would rather find, if I'm in a higher price range, I'd rather try to find something now because that home's going to appreciate likely significantly within the next year instead of finding a starter home. But some people are just like, look, I would rather just get in somewhere thinking about renting, but I'd just say, hey, get something like this because pretty much this is what you're gonna get in an apartment anyways, and then find something else. But just know that even within 6 months or a year, home prices are likely still gonna be up even in these markets, despite what you're seeing everywhere else. Dallas is just a little different. North Dallas, definitely different, but we still got another home to show you overall. Oh, let me just show you the backyard real quick too. So you can see on these 40-foot lot homes here, I think we got a little covered patio. It's little, but it works. And we get out on the backside. All right, so 2 chairs. We put 2 chairs and a little French cafe table maybe right here, and we'll be enjoying it. But otherwise, you know, not a bad sized yard. Again, for a simple 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, $315,000. Oh, look, this one's backed up kind of on the green belt, so that's nice to have like a little row of trees behind you, so you're not looking directly back on top of your neighbor or whatnot. But this next home, the other one, we're gonna step it up in the $350 range, and it's a little unique. They got a little different color brick, kind of like that craftsman style, which is really nice and cool as well. But first, before we jump over to that property, I'm gonna actually take you in my computer on the map and give you a really good lay of the land so you can see for yourself everything that we're close to, including the 2 lakes. You'll wanna check that out, and then we'll head next door. Before we get to the next house, let's jump in the computer real quick and take a look at the map so I can show you everything around the Keeneland area. All right, so you can see here, we've got, so let me get my little drawing tool ready to go. We've got Keeneland right up here at the top left, and Aubrey's gonna be over here. I'll zoom in on that just a little bit, but I wanted to really show you the proximity to downtown Dallas, and we have the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. So just depending on what you are going to be doing throughout your career, if you're gonna be traveling a lot, this is gonna be a little bit of a haul. You've got to come down. Let me just jump in here real quick and show you, oh, good old 377. It's funny, 377 runs right through my hometown of Stephenville, all the way down here. This is where I'm from, Stephenville, Texas. 377 runs all the way up through Fort Worth, and then up through Denton, and then hitting, whoops, right up top here. So what you'll need to do if you want to get to the airport is come down 377. You're probably going to hit 380 and then hit the loop and then come back around on 35E South. And then you're going to hit 121 and go into the north entrance of the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Now, this is probably about 45 minutes, just depending on the time of day. So just be mindful of that, a little bit of a looping around that you got to do. And then if you want to get to downtown Dallas, you can see you'll have a little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump there as well. Now, you could still come down 377, hit 380, hit the 288 loop, and then come all the way down 35E. That will take you all the way into downtown Dallas. That is one way. You could also come down 377 to 380 and hit the Dallas North Tollway, and that will cost you some money, but maybe a little bit of a quicker route to get down there. As you can see, almost a little bit more of a straight shot. 35E is interesting sometimes. It will get, backed up on traffic quite a bit. So does the tollway as well. There's just a little bit less traffic on the tollway, but running through here, 35E is a pretty major thoroughfare. If you're wondering why it's called 35E, it's because it's 35 East compared to 35 West. So they merge up here in Denton, just FYI, but 35E comes all the way through downtown Dallas and then cuts all the way down, and 35W or 35 West comes all the way through Fort Worth, and you can see, and then they basically merge right here in south of the area. And I moved my whole screen over. All right, so you can see that there. Now, zooming back in, if we go a little bit closer here, you're right in the middle of 2 major lakes, all right? So this is the cool thing is that we don't have mountains or beaches here. I should say mountains or oceans, really. We do have some hills. You get a little bit of elevation changes throughout here, just a little bit, but it's few and far between, nothing too crazy. But Lewisville Lake right here, so you got an easy shot to get down. Also, there's like the Little Elm Beach Park that is over
off of this way, you could easily come down this road and get over to the Little Elm Beach Park. And there's some cool spots around Little Elm as well, just a couple of little lakeside restaurants and bars. Nothing too crazy. I will say that is something that we haven't maximized quite as well on Lewisville Lake is a whole major district that would be really cool, something lakeside. They have a few spots here and there. And then you're up here by Lake Ray Roberts. So, I mean, you're literally a hop, skip, and a jump between both of these lakes. So that is one of the upsides to being in this area versus if you're trying to get to downtown Dallas, I mean, that's probably easily an hour commute. Actually, if I were just to give you the exact and say, let's look at some directions real quick and go with Dallas to give you the exact. Yeah, 58 minutes, over 50 miles away, 58 minutes. So that would be a little tough on the commute, I will say. Now, if you like to listen to audiobooks and podcasts and everything else, or just jam out to some music, all right. But man, that could be 10 hours a week right there that you're in the car, give or take, traffic. And actually, I'm right now as I'm recording this, there's probably no traffic, so you could easily add another 10 or 20 minutes there if you tried to go during rush hour, which I would not recommend at all whatsoever. But as we zoom in, you're just right outside of Aubrey. I mean, these are, Aubrey-based homes. And let's look at the exact address. Aubrey, yeah. So you're going to be a part of a pretty good school district as well. And Aubrey is a small town, so not a lot going on here in Aubrey. You can see how big it is. And then it's bordered by Krugerville, which is even smaller. But here's the cool thing is if you zoom out here a little bit, you can see, all right, come on, map, work with me here. You can easily see what you're close by. So first of all, you got an easy shot to head right over to Old Town Salina. Lots to do in Old Town Salina. I say lots to do. You could easily spend a half day or a day over there. Summer Moon Coffee. You've got the Italian market there, which is amazing pizza and pasta. I mean, it's awesome. We went there the other night. Everything we ate was really good. They have, what do they have? The whole candy shop over there. There's this giant candy shop. Actually, if we zoom in on Salina just a little bit more, I forgot what the candy shop's name is, but here's Summer Moon. That's one of my favorite coffee shops here in the Dallas area. A couple of other little restaurants right beside it, Toasted Walnut, and you got Heyday and Valley Vines Tasting Room. And then, of course, Tender Smokehouse. That is one of the best barbecue spots in Dallas. I'm going to put it up there with Hutchins, Pecan Lodge, Tender, Lockhart. Those are going to be my top four. I could easily say that. Here it is, Mangiamio? I don't know. Is that right? Let me know in the comments. If there's any Italians out there, let me know. Are you an Italian? And is that how you say it? Mangiamo, Italian, Market and Deli. Amazing. I love it. Really great. Granny's Bakery. I've been there. They've got some good coffee and treats. And, here, Hey Sugar. There you go. Hey Sugar Candy Shop. Yep. You take the kids in there, just beware, all right? Papagayo's Mexican Grill, pretty popular. Tex-Mex, Terry's Donuts. So as far as that goes, and there's quite a bit more around there. And then they've got the big green lawn that you can kind of hang out as well in the middle. They do car shows down there, lots of events. You go to salina.org or something like that. You're going to see all of their events that they have going on. And you're just right down the road. So that's not even that far at all. Actually, if we wanted to do, again, exact measurements, you could say, then 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes easily. So a Saturday, Sunday, you want to head over there for the day. Salina's easy to get to. Prosper, you're right here. Just come down a couple of roads. Boom, boom, boom. And you hit Providence Village, you hit Prosper, you got Prosper over here. I guess this is more of the west side of Prosper. And you have a lot of Prosper retail district on this side. Of course, you have everything along 380. 380 is blowing up right now. They're extending the Dallas North Tollway throughout this area. So this is going to drive a tremendous amount of growth all through here. Okay, basically all this green space, just keep in mind, not developed right now. In the works to get developed, you can see Moberly Farms, just, Maple Leaf, you got other little spots. There's lots of developments happening throughout this, master plan communities. So all of this is going to get filled in. This is what I really encourage people to take a look at is the growth opportunities here. They just said Salina's population went from 16,000 in 2020 to 43,000, and then last year added 9,000. That would put it at 51,000 for 2023. And 2024, let's assume that you just added another 9,000 residents. That's 60,000. So from 16,000 to 60,000 just within 4 years. That is a massive increase in residents just in the Salina area. They're starting to bleed over here into the Aubrey. So all of this is going to get filled in right here, especially with the growth of the Dallas North Tollway. You can see it's getting extended. They're working on it. 380, they're now putting overpasses on all of this area, overpasses to turn this into a full-blown highway. And once that happens as well, all of this area is going to blow up. So really, if you want to be on the front end of that type of opportunity, I mean, almost any time is a good time to buy despite interest rates. But again, it comes down to your personal situation, what's going on. And if you plan to be here for the next 3 to 5 years, something that we have to take into serious consideration. But, you know, it is what it is. Interest rates, I'm pretty sure they're going to come down within the next 2 years based on the current administration and everything that they're talking about. So that would allow me to assume that you could probably refinance within the next 2 years. We could do a 2-1 buy down, which means you buy down your rate 2 points for the first year, 1 point for the second year, and then you go back to the normal rate. So right now, interest rates are looking around 6.7, 6.8, 6.9, depending on which way the wind blows. So let's just take worst case scenario, 6.9. You do a 2-1 buy down, it would put you at a 4.9 for the next year. The year after that, it goes to a 5.9, and then the year after that, you go back to the regular rate of 6.9. So I believe within the next 2 years, based on the current administration's rhetoric, whichever way you believe that is good or bad, then I'm pretty sure they're going to bring down rates one way or another. And if they do that, you should have an opportunity to refinance. If we get into the 5s, it's going to be crazy. 5.5, we get under 6, 5.5, or even close to 5, it's game over here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm just letting you know right now. There's so much sitting on the sideline. And all the articles are coming out recently. I mean, look at this growth surge. Just as I look at this, see if this article pops up. Yeah, in Salina now they're a record 2.3 billion bond proposal. All right, so student enrollment expected to triple in the next 5 to 6 years. Education officials say they're looking at 11 new schools, adding in 11 new schools. There's only one high school in Salina right now. Think about that. Prosper just is completing their 4th high school right now. Frisco has 12, maybe 14 high schools now. So think about that. Frisco and Salina is permitted to be twice as big as Frisco. So that's the opportunity right there. And if you believe with that growth will come home appreciation, which you should, then that's it. Now this is interesting. Dallas-Fort Worth housing sprawl keeps prices down. I've talked about this quite often. I don't see the market crashing here in the Dallas-Fort Worth because of all of this. I mean, and we have the opportunity to grow. Look at this. We're not landlocked and we're not ocean locked or water locked. We just build around the lakes. There's no major mountains to stop us from building. We're not backed up against the ocean. So Dallas-Fort Worth will become the biggest metroplex in the United States because you have all of this room to grow. And it's not, and people are willing to drive an extra 5, 10, 15 minutes to get homes out here because they can save $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 on a home by just, coming out to some of these new construction areas just right outside here. But as this fills up over the next 3 to 5 years, that's not going to be the case. You're perfectly positioned over here in Keeneland. If you like small town feel, you've got Aubrey right next door. What's going on in Aubrey? Basically a couple of chains. You're going to have your fast food. You're going to have a couple of mom and pop shops. You're going to have Lucy's Bakery and Taco Shop. Bakery and Taco Shop. Is that? Okay. All right. Usually not the combination that you see. Upper Park Cafe. Again, not much going on over here. And, a couple of other developments happening around here. Krugerville, not much going on. But again, you've got Salina and Frisco in your backyard. You can see here, Frisco, to get everything. And if you want to get to Fields and all that development that's happening, that's not going to be far at all to get over to Fields. You come straight down 377 to 380. You're going to be right in Fields. You have everything that Prosper has to offer, and you have everything that Salina has to offer. So this is not too crazy if you work from home or you have flexibility, or if you're not traveling. You can get over to Denton as well. Denton's a pretty cool spot. It's not bad at all. I like Denton a lot. Cool place to hang out. They got a great little historic downtown. So overall, again, may seem like you're out in the country. Now, maybe you like that. You want to be away from all the hustle and bustle out in the country. And that will be the case here for maybe the next 3 to 5 years, just a little bit, but you're going to be seeing a ton of growth over here. And over all of that, home prices are likely to go up. They will go up. I just won't guarantee that, but I'm pretty sure, about 99.9% sure they're going to go up. And those of you that get in on the front end of this will probably be in a better position than those that wait 3 to 5 years. So look at what's happened over the last 5 years. Home prices have almost doubled here in the Dallas area. And because of that being the case, also elsewhere throughout the country, but also this being a tax-friendly, freedom-friendly, and business-friendly environment, it's just attracting more and more and more businesses and opportunity, which may be the reason why you're moving here as well. So overall, this is something that you have to consider and not take lightly, that yes, interest rates may not be 100% desirable right now or what you want, but at the same time, for example, this home I'm in right now, I got a 6.6 interest rate on it, and I did a 2-1 buy down. I've been here now 2 years, and it just expired, and I went to 6.6. It's still better than the current rates, but I had a 4.6 the first year and 5.6 last year, and now it's back to 6.6. And I'm like, you know what? But my home's appreciated 100 to 150,000, really about 150,000, and it's only going to get crazier from there. So am I happy I got the 150,000 in equity? Yeah, because if I wanted to sell right now, I could pocket that, because now I'm at the 2-year mark. Capital gains taxes are 0 for me now. And I could make out a pretty good lick. That's not bad. An extra 150,000, making an extra 75,000 each year. And home prices in this neighborhood that I'm in are not going to be going down. It's just not, especially with everything that's happening along 380, all of this development, so much opportunity. But again, it really does come down to your situation and what your needs are, what's right for your family. But we're happy to discuss all that, which is why we have all of our information in the description box below. And we would love to meet you in person on Zoom. So we highly encourage you schedule a Zoom call, but you're welcome to text or call or shoot us an email as well. So now let's get back to the next home.
All right, this one is really nice, everything you have. So you'll have a garage right off to the side. Actually, the entry would be right in here. And again, they've used these ceramic wood floors, ceramic tile, but look like wood floors. This one is a lighter. This one's like more of a oak. On the other one, they had the gray. So again, you can kind of choose your color. I prefer more of the lighter colors. This is something very similar to what I'd like to do in our lake house on the floors. But again, I kind of like the wider ones. Nice little mud room in here, laundry room right off to the side. You can see they got the different bricks that you can get for your elevation. I don't see the tiles in here, so you can't necessarily look at the flooring, but I think you get the idea. There's some good options. So overall, we got some rooms off to the side. So we'll check over here, and we got a 1-bedroom. So this one is a 322, and it's got, starting at 355,000. It says large pantry, mudroom, covered patio, 1,861 square foot. So a bedroom up front. This could possibly be an office, maybe, just depending on how many kiddos you got. But I didn't see, the other house didn't have a dedicated office space. I am more of an office guy, that I need something. So we have the shared bathroom right here in the middle. Man, that is one long, tray you've got up there. You can have all the shampoo bottles you want sitting up there. That's a good size one. We got a little linen closet off to the side, and another bedroom back here. This is what I'm talking about, the Lego room. I love me some Legos. You like Legos?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up like Legos were the coolest thing. Actually, my parents were pretty strict about everything, so I couldn't have G.I. Joes because they were war figures, But for some reason, we could have Legos and they had like the little lasers, but that didn't seem so harmful, I guess. But I love Legos, building them. I cannot wait When Lucas is a little bit older, we're gonna start the Lego YouTube channel. What do you think about that? Maybe I'm gonna get out of real estate because the Lego YouTube channel will probably be way bigger than this channel. You know why? Because most of you that watch this channel aren't subscribed to the channel. What's up with that? Go ahead and subscribe right now and leave me a comment as well if this is the right price range for me. I don't know. I mean, we kind of jump back and forth. We'd like to show a variety of price ranges on this channel, but you know, should we even be in the $300,000 range? There's your coat closet right there. Should we be in the $300,000 range, or are most of you higher in price? And I think you saw as well, remember, they're doing rates as low as 2.99%. I mean, if you're looking for any excuse to buy right now, you got a 2.99% interest rate and homes starting at $315,000, or actually they even have a floor plan at $300,000 starting out. And that's gonna be 1,424 square feet. But this one, almost now they go up to 2,600 square feet, actually 2,700 square feet for $429,000. That's pretty good. Now you're out here, again, a lot of development moving this way, but that's the opportunity. When you get in first in these communities, builds in that appreciation, you're gonna get the best pricing. But look at this, we kind of have the light oak finish on the cabinetry here, a little different design. Not your standard shaker, just flat. Got a little detail in there, which I like. This gives it more of a country feel. You could say a little more of a farmhouse on the interior, which is really nice. Plenty of counter space and electric stove though. That's, I don't know, electric or gas? You're gonna have to let me know. Which do you prefer, electric or gas? Now, oh, well, this is a good sized pantry inside here. Alex is the pantry critic, so what do you think?
Looks like a standard pantry.
1 out of 10.
Oh, I give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, there you go for the pantry. You know, Alex is the pantry snob, you know. He's the pantry bougie, the pantry, actually you should start your own YouTube channel, you know.
Just review pantries?
The pantry review channel. I like this, they got seating for underneath the island here. Again, really beautiful quartz countertops, good size island, large stainless undermount sink. We've got probably 10-foot ceilings in here, so gives it, you know, you don't feel cramped in here. You could even have a bigger dining room table, although this is kind of in alignment with the island, almost the same size for those of you that are like things very, very particular. So, but still, we got a lot of space right here. I'm not sure what we would do here other than, you know, some Friday night dancing, or I don't know, get the kiddos over here, break dancing, because we got a little cabinetry over here, which takes up that space. So I'm not really sure. I don't know. You have to let me know. Let me know in the comments, what would you do with this space right here? Or would you just have a longer, you could have a really long table if you like to entertain. And then of course you have, I mean, all this open space. This is much larger. You can get a feel that compared to the other house, that is really, really a nice open concept. Again, this one, man, what, almost 1,861 square feet. Feels a lot bigger here just in the living room in general. Let's take a look out back. And because you're on a little bit of a wider lot, got an extra 10 feet. You'll see that in the size of the backyard. And this one, you got a good sized patio back here covered. I like this. I mean, you got plenty of room for chairs and tables. You could have a nice little dining table back here. And man, how they get this grass? I tell you what, I gotta talk to my lawn guy, because this is some green grass. Mine's still struggling a little bit. But we're back here on the green belt, got the trees off in the backside, which is nice. And oh, that's the bridge. It kind of looks like horse fencing, but there is actually some horse farms just right up the street that we drove by on the way in here. But yeah, you're literally 10 minutes maybe to get to Lake Ray Roberts. You're 10 minutes to get to Lake Lewisville. So if you like lakes and the outdoors, I mean, you've got plenty of country out here for right now, but you still have all the conveniences, everything you need. They're building brand new Aubrey High School, just a stone's throw away from here. on top of that. So, you know, and you have the whole Aubrey school district. So a lot of people like that. And stepping into your primary bedroom, really nice carpet they've got. And I love the custom woodwork on the back wall with the, man, you could put some real plants in there maybe. Of course, those are a little fake, but all good. Oversized nightstands, got the lamps on there. I mean, you got some really good space in here. Again, extended ceilings, 10 foot or so, fan, and your bathroom. Got a huge tub, step-in shower, 2 sinks. Do we have, oh no, this is throne room, yeah. Throne room off to the back, and then we got a really good size walk-in closet that we can see here. So overall, you know, again, for under 2,000 square feet, got 1,861 square feet. This model plan starting at 355,000, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2-car garage, backyard patio, good size pantry. I mean, what more could you ask for in this house? And overall, you'll have to let us know if you're thinking about making that move, you want something more of a starter home, maybe you're a first-time home buyer, or you want to get something just situated while you're here checking out the rest of the area, getting to know it a little bit better. This could be a really good spot for you. All of our information is in the description box below. Schedule a Zoom if you'd like to talk to myself or Travis personally. We'd love to do that. Or if you want to really step it up on your budget, you want something custom with some acreage as well, then check out this video we just did on Acre Plus lots in Van Alstyne.